All right, here we go. So, this is the last bit of information that will be covered by tomorrow's quiz. So we do have a quiz tomorrow. You will be able to use a calculator, okay? But this is the last bit of information that will be on tomorrow's quiz. So everything that we've talked to up to this point could be on tomorrow's quiz, okay? And we saved some of the most fun ones for last, okay? We're going to talk about solving equations using distribution. Okay? Now, I know some of you already know what the distribution is, or what the distributive property is. We talked about it yesterday. It kind of came up accidentally. Or maybe it was 2 days ago. I forget. But it did come up. I do know that. Okay? So I'm going to briefly talk about the distributive property. Okay, and then I will show you, and I'll just give you an example of it, and then we'll do some equations with it and get you some practice too. Okay. So the distributive property looks something like this. Okay, and I'll just make up something like 2 parentheses x plus 1, and I'll just do an example of it right here. So it's not a definition, but 2 parentheses x plus 1. Okay. What does that equal to? What can we say that simplifies to be? It's the same as what? So let's go, Ben.
Negative 2x plus -2, or negative 2x minus 2.
Oh, sorry. This is like sorry, that's not a negative sign. Sorry, that's like an arrow. My apologies.
Plus
2x plus 2. And Matt, is that what you're going to say too? Yes. I like your observant you are. I know that you're saying. Yeah. Yes. So 2 parentheses x plus 1, 2x plus 2. So this means, right, when you have a number in front of a parenthesis, what operation is secretly indicated right here? Alex? Multiplication, right? And then since we have groups of things in parentheses here, that 2, it distributes, okay? You can draw these in if you want. You don't have to if you don't want to. It distributes to each term. Terms are separated by addition, right? So typically, this is like a very typical distribution property. But I mean, I can make it look funky if I wanted to. I could do like, I don't know, x plus y minus 3, and then parentheses, like the 4. You can put the 4 at the back, too, if you want to. Okay, it is, times 4 right there as well. Okay, and you can distribute like this, right? So the 4 could distribute to the x, and then to the y, and then to the minus 3 as well. So that's a distribution as well. And you'd have 4x plus 4y minus 12, like that. Okay, question?
May I run the bathroom?
Yeah, sure. All right, so that's the distributive property. So let's see this in action here. Oh, actually there's one more distribution I want to show us, because this one is one that can throw some people for a loop a little bit. If I take something like 2 minus parentheses 3 plus x. This is a distribution problem, okay? You see the parentheses here, just like we had parentheses here, right, and we distributed the 4. Here we had parentheses here, we distributed the 2. Okay? Here we've got our parentheses, and we want to distribute the minus sign. That is what is in front of parentheses here. In fact, what number can I put right here, between that minus sign and the parentheses? What number is right here? A what?
1.
A 1. That's right. So I would suggest even writing it in there if you think it'll be helpful. And you realize then we're gonna distribute. So what number gets distributed to the 3 and the x? -1. Right. The 2, right, is separate because it's 2 minus 1, but the -1 is in front of the parentheses there. So this is going to equal 2 minus 3 minus x. So that -1 distributes to the 3 and to the x, just like that. Okay. So be careful, that minus distributes. It's really a -1. And then we can also combine like terms if we want to and say, okay, that's negative 1 minus x, like that. So just a few examples of the distributive property here before we kick things off into equation solving. Just want to make sure we're all okay there. Okay. Are there any questions on those 3 examples there? Or just like bored to tears?
How about on that last one, guys? Any questions on that last one?
Good there. And we'll see some more examples of it too. So be on the lookout for that. Okay? When you see just a minus sign in front of parentheses, it's really a minus 1. All right. If there are no questions then, let's go into solving some equations. Okay. So I'll start off pretty straightforward here. Just like so. 8 parentheses a minus 5 equals 3a plus 5. Okay? So let's go to someone who's here. Oh, this is not being super great. Okay, let's go to. So, Liv, do we have some distribution that we can do here? Yes. What's going to get distributed? Yeah, and then minus 5 or negative 5, you want to call it that? Yeah, that's fine. Good job. Exactly right. So we do have some distribution. I'm going to write these arches in. Do you have to do it? Nah. But I like to do it just because, you know, I'm a teacher and I want to help you guys see stuff a little bit easier. So yeah, 8 times a, 8a. 8 times minus 5, minus 40. Okay. And then we have equals 3a plus 5. All right. Is there any more distribution to do here, Liv? Yeah, no. Parentheses are all gone. We distribute everything out. All right, very good. All right, let's go to someone else here. Let's go to Sean. So Sean, do we have any like terms on this side to combine?
Nope.
Do we have any like terms on the right side to combine?
Nope.
Nope? Okay, so what should be our next step here then?
You could take away 3a.
Subtract 3a from both sides? Okay, we want to get these variables together now. So either move the 3a over or move the 8a over. But Sean wanted to move the 3a. I like that one more than subtracting the 8a, but you can do whatever you want. So those are gone. 8a take away 3a is 5a equals 5. Okay. Good job, Sean. Okay. Ben, what do you say about the next step here? How should we proceed from here?
From there,
Next step.
you should add 40 to both 40 and 5.
Very good.
And
Okay.
then divide by 5.
Ah, very good. You read my mind.
And that's 9.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Very good. So divide both sides by 5. A equals 9. Whew. And we did it. Okay. We got it. Okay. So if you understood yesterday, if you understood 2 days ago, all right, you're really going to be good to go, okay, once you do the distribution. Once you do the distribution, it's just a problem like yesterday. Once you move the 3a over to the 8a, now it's a problem like 2 days or 2 days ago, I guess, okay, when we just did two-step equations. And then we simplified down to a single-step equation, and we're finally done. Okay. So really, we're just adding on an extra step to our problems here. Good job, though. Questions on that one? Too easy, Mr. Wid. All right. All right. We'll keep going here. We'll keep going. Let's see. How about negative 1/3 times 6? I know fractions. They're the worst.
Negative fractions.
Negative fractions. That's right. Okay. So there it is. All right. Let's go to. Yeah, it's a 9. Sometimes when I draw back over it, it makes it worse, but I guess I did a little bit better job there. All right, Sky, how about you? Do you have any distribution doing this problem?
Yeah.
Yeah, what gets distributed?
Negative 1/3.
You got it. To the, very good. So negative 1/3 times 6x, negative 1/3 times negative 9. Do you know what negative 1/3 times 6x is going to be? Oh my gosh. You're right. Negative 2x, but that's right. Okay, yeah. And then what about, you know what negative 1/3 times negative 9 is? Positive 3. Good job. Well done. You got your fractions there. Okay. Did you question? Yes.
Can I ask about them?
Yes, go ahead. Okay. Okay. So, if you were unsure, if you're like, oh, how did Sky do that like mathemagic with the fractions and stuff like that? Remember, you can type this in your calculator, okay? Negative 1/3 in parentheses times 6. You get the negative 2, just like Sky said. All right, so there's that negative 2x. And you can also do in parentheses negative 1/3 times the negative 9. And there's that positive 3, just like Sky said, okay? So if you're unfamiliar with fractions and stuff, you're uncomfortable, use your calculator, okay? Just like that. Great job, Scott. Let's move on to somebody else, though. All right, let's go to... Oh, Danny just missed his opportunity. We'll get him when he comes back from the bathroom. All right, JP, how about you? We'll come back to you here again. What will be the next step in this problem?
You would have 2 minus 3.
Subtract 3, both sides. You got it. Okay, left with negative 2x equals negative 16. And then?
Divide by negative 2.
You got it. X equals 8. X equals 8. Question? Well, let me see here. Yep. Negative divided by negative equals positive. Yep. Okay. But no, and I'm glad that you asked. Whoever asked, I'm glad you know. Okay. Gotcha. I appreciate the questions, though. Please ask those kind of questions. I promise I will not like make fun of you if you like miss something or whatever kind of thing. It's super important that you ask those kind of questions. So good. All right. Any questions on that other than those? All right. Let's do something a little bit more. Let's kick it up a notch here. Let's see what we can do. So how about 6m minus 3m, the quantity 3m plus 8 equals 16. So you might want to look at how I'm writing there because the way I read it maybe was a little confusing. 6m minus the quantity 3m plus 8 equals 16. Okay? You already have an idea?
Yep.
All right, let me give everyone a chance to think about it, Sean, and then we'll come to you, okay? So take a look here, folks. Think of it in your head, okay? What are we going to be distributing here? Is there a distribution? And if so, what? I do see parentheses, right? So we might be distributing something here, all right? But Sean has asked to answer, so Sean, take it away, sir. What are we distributing here?
You can distribute anything in the parentheses.
Okay, so there's nothing to distribute, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I see this
But
minus
there's-
sign.
Yeah, subtraction sign.
Uh-huh.
Add to both of them, so they both cancel to negative.
Okay, exactly right. And again, if you want to, what number, Sean, could I write in front of that, between the negative sign and the parenthesis? What could I write there?
1.
A 1. So I could call it negative 1 and say we're distributing a negative 1. But you can also distribute the minus sign if you want to, yeah. So it'll be negative times 3, positive 3m, negative times 8. So we'll have 6m minus 3m minus 8 equals 16. Okay, sorry, my m's are a little sloppy there. That's a little bit better. Okay? Well done, Sean. You didn't get tripped up, which is good. Okay? Matt T. What will be our next step? Very good. We have like terms here, don't we? So when I combine them, what am I going to end up with? Sorry? 3m. Thank you. You're too fast for my thinking. Or you were faster than I could think. There you go. Good. Okay? Well done. So we had like terms. So that's another thing we got to keep an eye out for. Combine those like terms together. All right. Now let's go to Tyler. Can you finish us off here, Tyler? What's going to be the next step in this equation? Oh, sorry, Tyler L. This time.
You would add
Sorry.
8 to both sides.
Yes, add 8 to both sides. But thank you for being ready, Tyler C. Okay, add 8 to both sides. We get 24 there. Okay, go ahead. Take the last. What's the last one there, Tyler L?
Divide by 3.
Good job. Yeah. And you get 8. That's right. Well done, Alex. M is 8. Okay. As you can see, these equations are getting kind of long. Okay, it can be a little, daunting, a little intimidating sometimes when you have to do all this work because you're like, man, what if I miss like a negative sign or something? Do I get the whole problem wrong on the quiz tomorrow? Well, the answer is you'll get some points taken off because you did make a mistake, but you won't lose all of your points. Okay, so don't give up on a problem just because you think you made a mistake. Go back and try and fix it, or at least continue on, so you can still show some understanding. Okay, but if you think you made a mistake, go back and fix it and check, and stuff like that.
Some people in this class have heard me say this ad nauseum, but when I do a problem, I really do have to show every single
Right.
step by step, because I make mistakes with negatives.
Yes.
I make mistakes.
I teach students.
If you do don't take the shortcuts. I'm just suggesting.
Well, that's another thing too. So if you do take shortcuts, if you show fewer steps, it's harder for me to give you partial credit because I don't know what your thinking is sometimes. Okay, if you jump too many steps at once. Okay, and I'll say with the negatives and things. I've taught all the way up to calculus, and even my calculus students will miss negatives here and there. Okay, these are juniors and seniors that are super strong with math, but they still make those little errors. So it's not uncommon. All right. Let's press on here. I'm going to maybe have you guys try one now. Let's see. Ooh, how awful do I want to be?
Take your best shot.
All right, here we go. 4.2 parentheses b plus 3 minus 3.6 equals 5 times b plus 1.3. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys try this here, or at least maybe take the first step, okay, if you want to do that. Let's take that first. That is the b is the variable there. Yeah. B, and that's a 6 right there. So 4.2 parentheses b plus 3 parentheses minus 3.6 equals 5 parentheses b plus 1. I'll come and walk around and help some too. Sorry?
Is that a constant?
It's equal to 5 parentheses b plus 1.3. Okay, I don't want to give away too much there, so that's one second. So try this one out, run it down, see what you can do. It's complex. I would say you want to distribute. I would say distribute first, then you come in like terms.
Alright, let's see if we can find first step. You want the first step?
If you want to use your phone's calculator to help you with some of your calculations, if you still haven't gotten your, rental form or whatever, you can use that to help you too, okay? I don't want to make it even more hard with the river. You can use capital if you prefer. It's up. Yeah, that's fine with me. You're welcome.
Alright, so see if you can move that next to that equation using the distributive prop to do the distributions. Yep, 4.2
Yes.
plus.
You think that answer okay?
The distribute of 4.2. The 4.2 gets distributed to this and to that. 2 times. That's pretty good.
I would, yeah. Yeah. Some people do that all in one step. You can take two. so, yeah.
Oh, you did that, 4.2. So you have that, 4.2 plus 4.2 times 3. What is that, 4.2 times 3? I got it. All right. So, 4.2 B. Yeah, just right underneath, because we have to write what it is.
So not quite, I don't
Plus
think.
12.6. No, it's the not, so we can compare.
So I think 4.2 times 3 is not
So
13.
jump this,
Recheck that.
now you're gonna
It's
go
not.
minus.
It should be
and now see that minus 3
12.6.
is equal to.
So I might have made this, so that's what's wrong here. If you want to go ahead and fix them. So you shouldn't have to erase everything.
Plus.
So let's see what we can fix. So that should be 12.6. And now you're going to do 12.6 minus 3.6. So that's just going to be 9.
All right, now
So that'll be still 9 right there.
we have 4.2 B minus 4.6.
0.
So take care of this and make this the master trace.
Okay, and then we'll do 9 minus
Because it's on
5.
it's on this side of it equals that. So we can do
Do that.
this 12.6 minus 3.6.
It should be 2.5. And then.
So rewrite
So if I
this,
had,
4.2
if I just
B
put 0.74 and
I think also
equals
5 minus 4.2 we should not use
we
0.74.
bring it up
5 minus 4.2 is going to be 0.8. So you might like mistype something in
we
your
want to get
calculator.
rid of, we want to get rid of one of these beats. So if we if we subtract,
then if you have our one,
if we subtract, you can either way, which way you want to do
yeah,
it.
2.5.
So yeah, 2.5 then divided by 0.8. Alright, Matt. Please say so.
Okay, that's fine.
I think that's right, yeah.
Right, so these two cancel.
Just couldn't, just can't finish that last step or whatever. Yeah, you're good to that point though.
So
Good job.
it's these two cancel out, so what's 4.2?
4.2 times 3 is not, it's not this. And then 5 times 1.3 is not that. So I'd say check your calculator, your phone. So I'd say retype it and see what you get.
Next time, bring the rest of it down, equals. We subtract.
That's
from
okay.
B.
I think that's
Okay.
good.
So
Yes.
now what can we do?
And then divide both sides by negative
We have
20.
negative 20B plus 9, so if we subtract
So
the
negative,
nine on
you
both
put a
sides, then
minus.
we'll have to
The
do
negative
it
sign.
here, right?
Negative. Yes, with a but, it should be 3.125. You're off by a decimal. Yeah, it should be 3 point, you have 0.31. So you might have mistyped something decimal wise.
No, I did that by itself.
You did mentally?
So yeah, subtract the nine from
That's
here,
good,
this
yeah.
subtract nine from
Can you check mine?
Yeah. You did 3.125.
Oh, it
Should be 3.125. Yeah. So again, you might have been off by a decimal point there if you were typing. Wow. Okay.
And it should have been, is this part correct? Where I did the 9 minus?
9 minus 6.5 should give you 2.5.
So, and then it's 2.5
Divided by 1. 0.8 and 0.8. Sorry. Okay, let's take a look at this. I think. Are we good, Miss McKay? You want? Do we need some more time?
We just need one more step.
Okay, one more step. You're good. I'll wait then.
So now,
Now I'm wondering, yours
Okay. If you need to go ahead. Sure. I got you. Okay. Thanks for letting me know. I appreciate it. All right. So I'm going to start here doing the first couple steps with the distribution. I'm going to do both at the same time. 4.2 times B, 4.2B. 4.2 times 3, 12.6. And then bring down that minus 3.6. 5 times b, 5b. 5 times 1.3. 6.5? Thank you. Ugh. I should be able to do that eventually, but I didn't. It's still early in the year. All right, so anyway, we have distribution. We did that. Okay, now looking at the left-hand side, is there anything I can do here? On the left.
Yeah.
What's that?
Combine the 4.6 and then -3.6.
All right, we have like terms to combine there. So 4.2b, 12.6 minus 3.6 is 9. Okay? 5b then plus the 6.5. Okay? So there it is. All right, now we have variables on both sides. Okay? So let's see here. How about, Carson, what do you say for our next step here? What should we do? Okay, subtract 5b, or some people maybe want to subtract 4.2b. Your choice. I'm going to subtract the 5b, though, since that's what you suggested from both sides. Okay, so that's going to be negative 0.8b plus 9 equals 6.5. Okay. And now, of course, if you guys did it differently, well, we'll just go from here. So let's just keep going from here. What would be our next step? Anybody? What's going to be our next step here? Subtract the 9. Okay, negative 0.8b equals negative 2.5. One more step. We're almost done. What's the last step here? Go ahead, Matt. Divide by negative 0.8. Okay, and so b equals 3.125 for the final answer there. Good job. Good job. Okay. Okay. Questions on any of that? All right. Very good. Well, I think what I'll do there is we can stop there and I'll give you guys your assignment. Okay. I had one more doozy, but maybe I'll save that one for the warm-up tomorrow, okay? Or maybe at the end of class today we'll do it or something. Okay. So let me give you guys your assignment. This will be your, if you don't finish. So I'd like you to work on it now, but it'll also be on. Mark. This will be homework if you don't finish it right now. See, I want you to work on it in class. But if you don't finish it. I'll tell you what we're gonna do here. Just we're not gonna be already. But you can start on number 1 if you want to. If you want to take one, pass it down. Yeah, I'll say it in just a second. Okay, folks. Your homework is not the entire paper. Okay? Your homework is the worksheet. So what is it? Solving multi-step equations. Okay? Worksheet. Numbers 1 to 21. And if I write EOO, do you know what that means? Every other odd. So that's like a weird way to do it. Are you ready for this? So every other odd means we're going to start at 1. What's the next odd after 1? 3. But we're going to skip it because it's every other odd. So what's the next odd? We're going to do 5 then. Skip 7. Then 9. Skip 11. Then 13. Skip 15. 17, skip 19, 21. So you're going to do 1, 5, 9, 13, 17, 21.
The paper, please.
Every other odd. Okay? Every other odd. You can circle them if you want to, that way, because I will say I have students who are like, Mr. Wood, I did every odd. And I'm like, oh, we got extra practice. But if you don't want to do that, maybe you want to circle those so that you know which ones you do need to do. You're welcome. Okay?
Yeah, when you have a chance.
Okay.